Hello and welcome back to The Inverted Castle, a Metroidvania enthusiast podcast. This is Hell, and I'm the devil, Eric Fox. And joining me as always is a man whose eternal punishment is dealing with my garbage, Tom Blight.
It's just, he piles it up so high.
Listen, there's a lot of sinners, and you know they litter, so someone's got to clean it up. And that someone is a tiny little cat in this month's game, Crypt Custodian, developed by Kyle Thompson of Sheepo and Islets fame, and published by Top Hat Studios back in 2024. Oh, were we ever so young? Yeah, it's a game where you are a mischievous little cat in the afterlife cleaning up trash. And I don't think we need to play devil's advocate to say that it's pretty good. I don't know how you feel.
I mean, it's solidly made. I kind of wanted it to do something a little more, but I guess that's not really his thing based on Islets.
Yeah, I should also probably apologize because last month when I suggested it, I had completely not recognized that, oh, it's the Islets guy. You mentioned Sheepo, which you also mentioned in the Islets episode. I can see where you're coming from for this game. This game will probably leave my brain by the time we're done talking about it, but I thought for what it's going for was, despite its subject matter, a really pleasant time.
Yeah, the funny thing is, when I said that, I was thinking of Islets. I haven't played Sheepo. So I just constantly, and I've done this on comments too, I just constantly switch those names in my head for some reason. You'd think I'd be better at remembering the name of the game I played and the one I didn't, but
Like, honestly, I fully expect when we're trying to rank this thing, you're going to put Sheepo in your list.
Yeah, well, it's not as good as Sheepo, obviously. I ranked that wherever.
Sheepo's going to reach a mythical level of just the game of like everything you've ever played. Oh yeah, the Sheepo. You know, isn't that the one with the silk and you kind of fight bugs? Yeah, Sheepo.
Yeah, sure, why not? That could happen in a game named Sheepo.
We don't know what happens in Sheepo. For all I know, it is.
I don't know. Like, I guess based on Islets, I shouldn't be surprised, but I kept expecting things to come together into something more coherent.
No, that's Islets. Again, you're getting confused. Islets is the one where they all come together and form a big island.
You monster.
No. Okay, so what is this game? Game starts. You are a cat who apparently had a mundane life with a couple who loved them. Your name is Pluto, appropriately named after the god of the underworld, Hades, parentheses, Roman version.
Fair.
There's this greeter who says, like, okay, yeah, we got to take you to Kendra, who kind of runs things here. She'll judge you if you've been a good person. You get to go to the palace, but in order to get to her, you need to find your broom and smash a bunch of statues in your way. Turns out that's a sin because they're statues of Kendra, and so you're not the perfect being that Kendra the bullfrog wanted you to be, so you get banished to the land of wind and ghosts or whatever.
Yep.
At which point you start making friends. This is actually just a game about friendship in the afterlife, and you know, as you explore the areas, which to be fair, don't exactly scream crypt so much as, you know, the bog level, the mine area, the tower, like...
Yeah. I mean, it's not a crypt as in, like, a place where you bury dead people. It's a crypt because this is where the dead people are after they've moved on to the afterlife.
And one of them is a movie theater, which is very fitting. It's just, I found it funny because... for the types of games that this is, like we keep talking about the bingo card of, oh, we're in the ruins of a once great civilization and now the land is dead. Listen, all of these games basically take place in a pseudo crypt.
Yeah, that's fair. This one arguably doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like buildings and stuff, but there's not really any implication of people who came before.
No. One of your friends, Pebble the frog, has made an entire shrine to her frog wife that's apparently still alive, we assume.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's like an amusement park, which is just like the horror, you know, broken down amusement park, but it still functions. I'm sure it'd be fun. Weird thing to have in hell, but all right.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is non-denominational
Yes.
hell, but it's just the afterlife, and the palace is the good place.
Yes. And also, they're all pets. All of the creatures here that you befriend, not the enemies, they're weird shadow creatures and bugs, but
Yeah.
all the other ones, yeah, like the little frog, a bunch of cats. One friend is just little guys, which is a bunch of mice you babysit for a while. It's very cute. It's a very soft and, charming kind of thing. And every time you're interacting, the dialogue is very, I don't know, quirky and quaint, even as like these are very mischievous little creatures plotting the break-in to the palace to find the mirror and see. Basically, they're going for a vacation back to Earth just briefly to be like, they can't be seen, but check in on their loved ones, like pets would.
Yeah. Although, I don't know, it's funny because there's pictures.
Yes.
There's sets of 3 pictures for each friend, including Pluto and Kendra. And, I don't know, it's kind of like discovering a webcomic panel by panel where the punchline is, and then you died.
Yes. Like a bit more poetic than that, but like still in the kind of simple language of the cat like grew up on the streets. And then the next one, he took care of his friends. And then the next one, but he became a target as well. In the picture, it's just like a much larger shadow of a much larger cat, and you kind of infer from that. At the very least, one of them is the bird that would like shiny things and then found sparking electrical wires and like, ooh, the sparkliest thing of them all.
Yeah, I don't know. It struck a weird tone for me.
Yeah.
I mean, Islets was a lot more like...
Dude, I'll take your word on Islets.
You don't remember? So do you remember the part in Islets where you meet a tour guide?
Oh, in the ruins?
Yeah, and you go through this whole ruins sequence with the tour guide where it's pretty clear pretty early on that this is, not actually a tour guide. It's actually someone who's going to come kill you.
Yeah.
Right? That felt zany.
Yes.
Right? And, amusing. I just kind of feel like the dealing with the afterlife just gave everything kind of a morose cloud.
I guess. Yes, that's there, and there's a bit of a somber melancholy to it all, especially in the music while you're kind of exploring around. Shoutouts to Eric Thompson. I don't know the relation. I did not look it up, but certainly no relation to me.
Yeah, that's not how first names work.
Not yet. I don't know what that means. But no, I get you in that it has a weird tone, but I do think it is mostly consistent with it being kind of silly, kind of melancholy. These are pets, so they're not exactly very complex individuals, but it kind of still gets the point across of, things are weird now that they're ghosts, and they're kind of listless and being barred from being able to even check in on their former pack mates or owners or what have you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked the weird turns that the little picture stories told. And not all of them are even tragic in that way. Like the bunny, I forget their name, but basically was a classroom pet and then found the snack drawer and just was happy till the end of her days or whatever.
You know the implication of that is that she poisoned herself with the snacks, right?
Yeah. And also the raccoon who lived in a dump, probably not for very long. But part of this is these are animals. That kind of happens.
Yeah, I guess.
And so there are better ways to go than the classroom pet is probably not getting taken care of all that well either.
Fair.
Or the raccoon in a dumpster getting lost in the dump. Lateral move at best.
How about the bird that was so unbothered by noise they didn't notice they burned to death?
Yeah.
I don't know, these are dark.
Maybe I just was not, maybe I'm a terrible human being, and also I've never owned a pet, so.
Maybe it's trying to strike a these bad things happened, but they're moved on to the afterlife, it's not so bad.
But I think it is intentional for these soft illustrations. It's very not grotesque in the way that it implies tragedy.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not reveling in their gruesome death. This isn't Happy Tree Friends or whatever that one is called.
Yeah. And also this begins with, you've already met these characters as they are ghosts and they're kind of just doing their thing. All of them, once you kind of resolve their situations in all of the different, bespoke zones. I don't know. I was not as sad, I guess. I found it quirky, perhaps. I don't know.
Fair.
But I guess depending on your sense of humor, your mileage may vary on that one.
Yeah, and I guess it's like part of me expected some kind of resolution of that in the ending.
Like, how do you mean?
Like, once they look through the mirror, they're able to move on or something like that.
You mean like post-credit scene, all of the ghosts would be gone or something from the world?
Yeah.
Ah.
Just fade away or something. I don't know.
Like, it's implied that that is what they are eventually going to do. All the ghosts are slowly becoming less corporeal. You, as the most recent addition, can actually, like, bust up the garbage. And you are the most physically capable, and thus that's why you're doing all these things for the folks. So eventually you will slowly drift off, but... yeah, this isn't so much the classic, the ghost has unfinished business, and once it's resolved, into the ether they go. They just wanted to check in on their friends, and they've made new friends in the afterlife, so that would have been more disappointing to me, honestly.
Yeah.
If they all for real died.
And maybe that's the point. It's like, hey, look, your pet is gonna go make friends in the afterlife. It'll be fine.
Yeah, this is the metaphorical farm upstate.
Yeah.
Lots of room to Metroidvania around.
Yeah.
It's great. Good for them.
Yeah, I mean, like, in terms of the gameplay,
Yeah.
I mean, this is top-down,
Isometric.
so automatically there's going to be some people who are like, "Meh, it's not a Metroidvania."
Oh, we've burned that bridge a while ago. Currently still my number one is an isometric Zelda-like, I guess, in Unsighted.
That's fair.
And it's very hard for me to separate, like, this one scratches the same itches, for the most part. There are a few things that personally don't appeal, I guess I'll get to, but as far as whether or not it counts in the genre, you're filling out a map, getting upgraded abilities in order to both traverse and fight crime.
Yeah.
It's good. It is that. It's a corner scratcher, a search action game, what have you.
Yeah.
And certainly more open than a Zelda would be, where all the discrete zones aren't really like compartmentalized into temples. The whole map is the map. It's not an overworld type thing either.
That's true. It's just a whole bunch of zones which are actually interconnected.
Yeah, and you'll move through them, through one to get to the next without completing the first one. I think the order is pretty malleable. Certainly in the order in which the friends got unlocked, it seems like they're in an order, but I jumped around between first, second, eighth, sixth.
I think I managed to unlock them in the natural order, at least seemingly to me. Like, it's not like their portraits were going, like, way off to the right or anything.
Okay. Oh, Mr. Logical. You can really read the mind of... you got the sheepo in your blood.
I don't know how I did that, because there were definitely times when I found two areas and just picked one at random, and that has made all the difference, because I took the road less traveled.
Yeah. Robert Frost famously decided that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. I just assumed they all filled in from the right, so it's a surprise to me to hear that you were unlocking them, or from the left, the way we read, normal people things. I am not an alien.
You're not an alien or Japanese? Oh, wait, no, I guess they go left to right, but like panels are right. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Arabic does right to left.
Ooh.
That's the only language I know that does that. I'm sure there's others.
I don't remember things. We know this. But, I'm not surprised, because obviously if all things are possible, then the correct order is also possible. I was pretty disjointed as I was running around, I guess, and because fast travel is unlocked from the very beginning, as soon as you can just remember a place and finish whatever business you had in the one area, you could jump around pretty much for free.
Yeah, and I mean, I did a fair amount of backtracking. I was like, oh, I can go do that now. Why not try it? And then it often turned out to be what they expected me to do next, apparently.
Yeah, no, I definitely went to the tower zone 3 times before actually being able to complete it or something. I don't know. It's not a long game, despite it seeming like it is. It's very sprawling, and I thought it would, you see, you gotta unlock 10 friends. That's gonna take a while. 100% took me only about 8.5 hours.
I forgot to check.
This is all everything to me. It's the one thing I have, man.
Okay. I'm sure it was more than 8 hours, because I'm always slower than you.
Oh, you're just saying that.
But I don't think it was appreciably longer than that. Like, I didn't feel like I was spending too long in the game.
No. And this is a game that wants to be beaten. So many quality of life things to just get you to like have a pleasant experience, tying in with also like, the visuals and storytelling. Just like, okay, you're not going to be too frustrated. Quick travel unlocked from the beginning. Anytime you die or warp back, you lose nothing but your time, I guess. The platforming is very, very forgiving in terms of, did you land on that platform? We'll fudge it and give it to you. Both coyote time and reverse coyote time, where if you're touching the edge, it'll just kind of teleport you on top of it. Whenever you're jumping, you can see the indicator of where you are above in this isometric space will turn red anytime you're above a pit or anything that can hurt you, like a projectile.
Yeah.
If you want to, you can just keep buying upgrade points, so you can just equip more badges you've found. Of course, this game has badges. That almost goes without saying at this point. Upgrade your stuff, swing harder, enemies explode when they die, stuff like that.
Yeah. I have one dumb complaint. I do not understand the layout of the badges to equip.
Oh, like how they're organized?
Yeah. I feel like every time I was switching between a boss fighting setup and the setup that I was using for collecting, I was like, I cannot predict where these are, and I also cannot tell based on the image what thing is what.
100% agree. This game could use a loadout system for, as you said, combat versus exploration. But yeah, you'd expect okay, this makes my broom swing faster. This makes my broom hit harder. This one makes my broom hit harder at low health. They should all be clustered, but no, they're on completely separate edges of the grid. And it's not like they just unlock left to right like you thought the Friends did. They have discrete spots, and those spots actually do matter for unlocking this one post-game thing where you have to equip the right badges in order to unlock a door. It's just so weird that this is the layout they chose, and the visual iconography, as you said, it's not like I'm just going to read it. I can't tell from a glance which one means what.
Yeah. Also, dumb minor complaint. I can't read any of the blue text. I don't know why, because that's not my color blindness.
Huh.
But whenever the text turns blue, I have a real hard time reading it, which it does when you... Is it when you equip or when you don't have enough points to equip another one?
I don't know, because this is not ringing a bell. Whatever blue text you're talking about, me with my perfect cones and rods did not have this problem.
I mean, I found it easier when I was handheld with the Switch. So maybe that's the problem, where it's like, okay, this is perfectly doable handheld when it's not that far from my face. But when I have it up on a TV, it was not distinct enough contrast for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was playing on PC and my monitor is...
Or I need to brighten my TV, I don't know.
That can't be good for your already horrendous damaged eyes.
Who needs them?
I don't think that's how you get color blindness, but it couldn't help.
Yeah, that's definitely not how you get color blindness. But yeah.
That's weird. Like, this game does have accessibility things, right?
No, I never checked for changing the text color.
Like, I don't think that existed. It has a photosensitivity mode, which I didn't really mess around with because
That probably just turns down some of the flashes.
Exactly.
Because there are a couple flashes, like when you die or when a boss dies or whatever.
Yeah, I assume it's when the big flashes of light, so no help for you there. It also has the giving you extra health, making you do more damage, making pits do no damage, making the timed challenges for when you're platforming. All of these things can just be set on if you want to change the difficulty to taste, in addition to an actual difficulty system. Hard was not hard enough, I will say.
Oh, yeah, I didn't mess with it. I left it on normal, but also didn't find it that hard.
Yeah, okay. I do need to say, because the thing that I'm about to say sounds like a criticism, but it's really not. It's me just saying, like, oh, this is not to my personal taste. When I say that this game needed to be more frustrating, it's one thing to tell Silksong, I wish you pranked me more. It's a whole other thing to tell this game, which is clearly going for something way different, to say, please have more fangs and teeth, please. It's like complaining that your pet cat can't take out a gazelle. Like, yeah, dude, it doesn't need to. That's not its core skill set, not what we need. Yeah, it's fine. But part of why this game, and I think Islets as well, will probably kind of fade from my memory, despite being, again, a pleasant time. Not a long time, but a pleasant one. Is that it didn't have enough friction for me. Like, it didn't get its barbs in me, and so left no impact.
You need a mode where all of the curses stay on you.
Yeah.
And you just accumulate them as you start touching those skulls. And by the end of it, all the enemies are exploding into giant pinwheels and everything.
Actually, you say that. That does sound pretty cool. Minus the instant kill one, that's just kind of frustrating. But yes, for those who have not played this game, one of the ways you get upgrade points is there are random skulls that you could opt into. Until you kill X number of enemies, they will do a bad thing. Like, some of them explode, some of them send out like projectiles when they die. Sometimes you just are locked to 1 health until you clear the challenge.
Yeah, and all of them lock your health anyway.
In hard mode, that doesn't matter. I think...
Oh.
Okay, so I think maybe if you go to a well, it still won't heal up, but...
Yeah, it won't heal you if you go to a well. There is no health other than wells.
In easy mode, there are.
Oh.
I did check that.
Okay, in standard, there is not.
So yeah, I think normal and hard, the only way you're getting health back is going to the well, but while you're cursed, you're locked. Sometimes getting back to the cursed skull after you failed one is a little annoying, but again, it's never all that far, and you can really book it if you want to. The upgraded dash has this fun little quirk where if you jump after the ground dash, you immediately get your dash back for the air.
Don't think I actually noticed that.
I did, because I'm very impatient. Listen, dog, this is how you get 8.5 hours on your clear time, okay?
Just gotta go fast.
I'm a natural. But yeah, beyond that, there's almost, like, the bosses were challenging enough. Like, it's not like I was one-shotting all of them, but, like, it's hard to say. I guess coming out of Silk Song, no game was going to be looking favorably. I don't know.
Fair.
And it's not just like all challenge, because again, like Xanadu is a challenging game, but we're never going back to that one. That's not skill, that's attrition.
And Xanadu also had some, you might have been screwed hours ago, but you didn't know.
Oh, man. Yeah, you found it appropriately difficult on normal. I went through the boss rush, just checking out like what the differences are, and it seems like easy mode takes out some of the like second phases of boss fights, so you only fight the first easier one before it goes into pissy boss mode. But I think beyond that, the only difference between the two are maybe a bit of health on the boss and frequency with which it attacks, but very minor changes to frequency. You're not missing much by going normal, honestly. I'm not even sure if this is correct. This is just anecdotal from me fucking around with it a bit earlier.
Like, it was easy enough to get hit that I was never like, oh, this is a complete cakewalk.
Sure.
Usually I would get hit doing something dumb, like being like, I can totally finish this combo before the enemy starts their attack.
Yeah.
So in that way, it felt I was fairly punished for being greedy.
Yeah, and the fact that you don't get health in between checkpoints, as it were, makes it always, there's a bit of the tension that you want.
Yeah.
So, good on them for that.
Though, other than the enemies that lock gates, I have a feeling you could probably just run through for the most part, and you'd be missing some garbage, which would mean that you wouldn't unlock some nice-to-have things. But
yeah,
that's it. So,
I did check out the current world record speed run briefly as well. Yeah, you can absolutely like just book it through. Even some of the locked gates, you can do a fancy little jump around most of them. There's very little combat, a lot of smacking, just the mounds of garbage you'll see littered around. They buy the one badge that makes you move faster, and that's about it.
I see.
And other than that, I think they also abuse some like the dash attack canceling. You can kind of queue that up, and I think it does the most damage. Or maybe I'm just like, I was just trying to eyeball it. I'm not like reading comments or anything. That'd be crazy.
That's fair.
As far as the actual like upgrade abilities, fair number of them. Mostly upgrades to like You get one ability and then an upgrade to that ability. So you have a standard dash roll to start with, but that turns into like an instant dodge move that can be done in the air. That's for platforming and combat. Great. Throwing your broom as a broomerang, if you will eventually also get upgraded to be able to teleport to it. You can also divest yourself of your spirit to do some switch shenanigans as well as walk on specific tiles.
Yeah, that one felt the most perfunctory of them, I think.
I guess the one that when you ground pound into discrete dirt patches, maybe it's because I just got that one last, did not come up very much outside of the zone it's in.
That's fair. I don't know. Those two both kind of suffer from we have to give you the time and place to use them.
Yes.
Right? As opposed to the other ones, which fit much better into the general platforming.
Yeah, theoretically, you could be tossing your boomerang and teleporting into it constantly. I'm not sure if that's actually faster. And of course, dash is dash. You love a dash.
Yeah.
And then each zone also has its own unique hazards or puzzle configurations. Like, oh, you got to hit the fire into the torches on one, or every time you dash, it's that one Mario Galaxy level where certain platforms turn on, the other ones turn off every time you, in this case, dash.
Oh, yeah.
In addition to enemies become corporeal and incorporeal. That's probably the standout for me as far as areas.
That one definitely does the most unique things, I guess. I don't know, there's those weird direction throwing platforms, which the physics on that was a little wonky.
A little bit.
That was my least favorite timed thing for an upgrade point, was the one where you have to jump across a bunch of those.
Yeah, and like they have their own physics as they come to a sudden stop and propel you forward. I eventually just kind of found that dashing was just not gonna do it. I just let the physics basically take the wheel on that one, and it became a bit easier instead of trying to force it, just thinking like, oh, obviously when I dash it's the fastest, but no.
Yeah, that's fair. But those had weird physics in that like it can be rewinding back to its starting location, and you can jump off of it and it will still fling you as if it were going the opposite direction.
Yeah, the illusion of the momentum based physics that are happening, it just kind of breaks where, oh no, the platform just has the property of you go that way and only that way.
Yep.
Real fast.
So I guess one of the things that I was looking more for it to have was for it to incorporate what was the deal with the bosses.
Oh, okay. You wanted lore?
Yeah, I wanted lore. And I know, I guess I shouldn't ask for that because Islets didn't have very much lore.
Islets?
Yep, Islets.
I remember that. I don't remember the game name, but I remember you saying Islets.
Yep. Islets didn't have that much going on in terms of lore either, right? But it's like at the point where seemingly also coming from some of your friends appear to be spawning bosses, right? And it's like, what are the enemies here, right?
Yeah, what are any of the enemies, I guess? The first one you fight, a clay pot full of spiders, is exactly what it is on the tin. At least you know what that is. And then Moon Man? Who's Moon Man?
Yeah.
Is it the moon?
And then you start fighting demons, right? And it's like, okay, I guess demons are real? Question mark?
Yeah, we're in hell. Did you not get the memo? Well, I mean, that one was also, you're talking about the roller coaster boss?
Yes.
Given the theme of that theme park, I think that also could just be like a mascot character that you'd see at an amusement park.
That's fair.
And then one is just, a weird creature from the horror movie you brought to the theater.
Yeah, I don't know.
You want a cohesive cosmology?
I wanted them to be something bigger, and I guess I don't know what I should have expected.
Yeah, honestly, this is frustrated expectations that I'm not sure where they came from. I don't know. I kind of more appreciate I don't know what the next boss is going to be. I mean, sometimes you can tell when it's like the dude's looking for bugs. You're going to have to fight the big bugs.
Yeah.
It's telegraphed, or the doppelganger, or like the guy who replaced the one who would eventually be your friend. Oh, this guy's definitely evil. I wonder what his gimmick is.
Yeah.
As opposed to, say, some more, I don't know, conventional afterlife imagery and characters. Castlevania already has that covered.
That's fair. But I don't know. Is there any like gameplay and story synergy? Because it kind of felt like there was, where it's like, okay, your job, you have been told to clean up garbage in the afterlife, right?
Yeah.
Garbage as a currency is a little weird, but I don't know, the guy at the store accepts it.
It's the only thing there. They need, listen, it's bottle caps in the wasteland.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's like, oh, okay, maybe it works on some kind of social credit system where when you give him your garbage, he's claiming that as garbage that he cleaned up. Or she cleaned up. I think her name was Marla.
Yeah, I think you're right. But it's also never clear whether or not Kendra is also taking this garbage. Maybe that's why the palace is filthy. That's where she's putting it all. Oh.
Oh, I kind of got the idea that she was producing the garbage. Like, she's just such a filthy person in the palace.
Yeah, I also would believe that. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I guess it would also be weird if they had a huge narrative in which they usurp the would-be Saint Peter. That
yeah,
it turns out that, I don't know where I'm going with this, something weird, profound, and metaphysical happens.
The 10 great demons have been defeated and you've unlocked super afterlife. Real actual heaven. Congratulations.
I guess there's the implication that Kendra might be just a person who has a lot of trouble moving on, and that's why she positioned herself as an overseer, essentially, because she was the only one at one point. I don't know.
Definitely is full of herself in a way that's like, oh no, I'm the only one who's good, and you all have to be on my level or you're bad.
Yeah.
So I'll take it upon myself for the good of everyone. You know, Kendra does not get a particularly deep backstory. I think she is the one where nothing bad, like the last photograph is, and nothing bad ever happened.
Yes. If you, I guess, wanted to look for themes, there's some kind of theme there where someone with an ostensibly perfect life is judging people who went through hardship.
Yeah, they don't have the perspective, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think that's less of a theme and more pretty explicitly gestured at, but I also don't think it's like an overarching theme. That's just Kendra.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the kind of person Kendra is someone who does not have perspective. And, you know, you might be a bit mischievous, but listen, all your friends are pretty chill.
Look, you gotta have some reason to install yourself as dictator of the afterlife.
That usually is a self-aggrandized, like, oh, I'm the only one who can really set things to right.
Yeah, I guess it is telling that everyone else made statues of their loved ones. Kendra makes statues of Kendra.
Yeah, and did not cotton to you busting them up.
Yes.
But anyway, like any other, like...
I mean, we haven't talked very much about the actual nature of combat, which is, like Islets, was pretty shoot-em-uppy in terms of, like, it kind of feels like a Toho game. It still kind of feels like a Toho game. Like, they're very patterned.
Enemies that shoot bullets shoot lots of bullets in, like, geometric, repeatable patterns. Waves of bullets that you'll either jump or position between. Especially, speaking of that roller coaster boss, is long periods of you staying at the bottom of the screen as he fires waves and waves of bullets at you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a particularly deep system. You've got your combo, dash attack, jump in the air, ground slam, as well as a super that will change depending on what you've unlocked / found in the world.
Yeah, I was kind of underwhelmed by the supers in that I feel like the right answer for dealing damage was always the ones that required the least thought.
That's probably fair.
Maybe I just need to get good, but it didn't seem like there was much room for me to improve with the ones that weren't as easy to hit with.
Speaking as someone who has gotten good, I don't mean to brag, but I also just used the homing one as soon as I got it for the rest of the game. That one and the one that kind of just spins around you earlier on. Actually, no, the one I liked also was you're invulnerable for a while to just kind of set it and forget it briefly and just like, okay, I can hammer on the attack button for a while. Let's go.
Fair. Yeah, the spin that you start out with, the constellation, the invincibility, and then the homing one is just like, I don't know, these are just automatic and therefore good.
And it's not like they deal little damage.
Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know, I kind of felt like every time I tried out one of the other ones, I was just like, I wish this would reward me with damage for trying something harder.
Nah, it's points for style, and like, this is one of those things where if the game was harder in specific ways, maybe, but because it is a lot of, I can just kind of get away with things by just kind of dashing, jumping, stalling in the air with the ground slam attack. This game wants to be completed, which I hate, but it's for people who like to finish video games.
Weird. Wouldn't know any of those. We're definitely not completionists.
Of course not. And also, we'll like to shout out in-game, if you missed any items, you can just pay a pittance of garbage, and it'll just mark it on your map. As long as you've unlocked the room it's in, it'll tell you, hey, you missed a spot. Hey, pal. And the overarching map is really easy to read for if you've missed a room. There aren't any, like, bombable walls, anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything that you would say is unequivocally good? Can you say, like, one uncomplicated compliment?
I mean, I really liked the shoot 'em up patterns. Like, I had a lot of fun learning the bosses. They're not the hardest things in the world, but it was like, oh yeah, I'm having fun figuring out what's happening. You talked about the dash gimmick stage where they go incorporeal, right?
Yeah.
That boss was also great, where, okay, I can choose to make the boss switch. Now I have to work around that in terms of like, okay, I need to dodge this attack and then put myself in a place with that single dodge to be in a place to hit it now, which, I don't know, the first time I went into it, I was definitely like trying to dodge through attacks and was like, oh no, I made you and your attacks into the shadow realm. Now I can't hit you.
Yeah, that was one where it like really twisted your brain a little bit, and you had to kind of adapt to what I would consider to be a very good gimmick, and one that was already explained, absolutely gave you a lot of practice in the level leading up to it.
Yeah.
I just really like how when we record these, a lot of time it's like you bring up, okay, another dumb complaint. I just really wanted to get something complimentary, something positive before we actually go into our stack rank. And maybe...
That's fair.
And maybe we'll get into it, this is a science experiment. Maybe it gets ranked higher a little bit.
I don't know, like, overall, I had fun with it. I just felt, and this is probably because I'm always playing this over longer periods of time and then finishing it almost right before we record, because I'm usually the limiter on when we record.
Yeah.
That it, like, the ending is always fresh in my mind.
I'm struggling to remember, okay, 3 weeks ago, man.
And it's like, oh, yeah, I've been playing this for a month. I wanted it to resolve, and it didn't do a big resolution, and I don't know why I expected there to be one.
Okay, yeah, this is 3 sessions. Phew, dust off, like, excellent. Okay. But anyway, having said all that, where do you think you're putting it? In terms of these other games you also spent a month on.
Yeah, I think I'm going to put it somewhere somewhat middle of the pack.
Sure.
There's nothing really wrong with it other than my desires for it to, like...
be something it isn't?
Have a more coherent end. I don't know. Yeah.
See, I have that problem too, but again, this is like, okay, well, if I got what I wanted, it would be a different game. And so I feel like it has very few flaws for what it is specifically going for.
Yeah.
It's very vibes based, so obviously I like it better, but for you...
I'm looking somewhat in the middle of the pack and having to decide between, like, do I put it around Gestalt?
Okay.
And then where around Gestalt, I guess, is like, eh.
Yeah, Rebel Transmute and Gestalt are basically, 25, 26. That's smack dab in the middle. Below Islets, do you like Islets better?
Yeah, I think I had a little more fun with Islets' abilities. Like, the bosses were good times in both.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? I'm going to put it in between Time Spinner and Guns of Fury.
As your new number 29.
This is very much a section of... they didn't do anything all that wrong. Maybe, like, going a little bit below. Like, I was mad about the Night Witch, wasn't I?
A little bit. And also, we are a very different opinion on Night Witch.
Yeah. So, it's above the I'm mad about this section. I mean, I still put the Night Witch above Aria of Sorrow, so...
So, like, it's not... You can't exactly put that in the tier of actively aggravating.
Yeah.
But it's there. Like, Night Witch is frustratingly good for being an absolute piece of garbage.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. New number 29. For me, I also think it is a well-designed game, almost too well-designed, as I previously stated. Not enough rough edges for me, but it is exceptionally itself, which I think counts for a lot, and I'm definitely ranking it above Islets, although who knows whether or not that's just me completely forgetting all of Islets. Sorry, Kyle Thompson. I only remember your latest game, and so let me know when the new one comes out, and I'll be able to say, ooh, this new debut from Kyle Thompson. It's great. But for me, it doesn't go above Animal Well, which is just a little too unique, but it will go above Gestalt, which I think was a game that I did enjoy quite a bit, but definitely fell short in what I think it was attempting to do. I had a bit more fun, definitely can get by with the vibes of Custodian a bit better. But yeah, new number 20 or number 19, Crypt Custodian.
Yeah. I mean, Islets had the Cloud Arrow, right? Which was a really cool platforming tool.
Yeah, I can see that.
I feel like, I don't know, these were fine platforming tools.
Absolutely part of this is recency bias, but I do think given the number of side scrollers we have for the time being, there's also going to be a bit of a isometric bump for me personally, and that also might just be taste. I'm a Zelda slut, so.
What does an isometric bump even look like? I mean, when you're looking at it from that perspective. Sorry, this was a dumb joke.
Like, it's a semicircle, but when your character's behind it, they get obscured.
Fair enough.
But enough about that. Hey, Tom, speaking of bumps, we need a new speed bump to get over in our endless quest to play every Metroidvania. What's next on the docket?
Yeah, so I was thinking we would go for Lone Fungus Melody of Spores. This is actually the second one. It just released earlier this November.
Interesting. I could have sworn you were going to say Metroid Prime 4, but yeah, more fool me.
Wait, should we be choosing Prime 4? I guess it does come out soon.
It's like on the 4th, I think.
You're right. I was already supposed to have had that chosen and in the bag. Forget I said anything.
It's really whether or not you think you can play it and have a record within like Christmas time. So, you know.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's do Metroid Prime 4. Hopefully I'll be able to finish it. It hasn't released yet as we record this. So
correct. But we're not silk-songing it again. We're going to be relevant-ish. Only a month off.
I mean, our next episode is releasing 3 days after it. Yeah. So, I mean, we're still going to be a month away.
Yeah, everyone else will already know. I still think it could be good.
I mean, I have not paid that much attention.
Me neither. I was just a given that I was going to play it, so I kind of just started ignoring.
I see post titles, and people have some concerns. Those concerns will already be possibly validated or repudiated? Sure, why not?
Sure, yeah.
In that there's apparently both a bike, which might mean it's more open world than we expected, and an NPC to talk to.
Who's very nerdy and annoying or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, if you don't think we're nerdy and annoying, please tell us by sending an email or leaving a comment. We are, of course, at invertedcastlepodcast@gmail.com or on YouTube at Inverted Castle Podcast. On X at Inverted Castle P, never forget the P, and various other social media platforms. Assuming I've gotten everything there, I've been Eric Fox.
And I've been Thomas Blight.
And remember, kids, all dogs may not go to heaven, but all cats definitely go to hell.
Wow.